Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David. I'm an entrepreneur from China. Today, I wanted to just talk about a very specific thing, how a specific technology go about disrupting the world. So, my company name is He-Sai, as we were originally founded in the Silicon Valley, and now we're in China. And we make different type of laser sensors, and we have different applications. Today, I want to share two examples of the technologies and the product we make and its changes and the impact on the world. So before I do that, actually, I want to share a photo. Does anyone recognize this, where this is? Can you raise your hand? All right, a few. Yeah, this is us. This is Doha. And can anyone believe this is a photo I took yesterday? No? Well, that is true. That is the photo I took yesterday during the coffee break. I had a drone. It's designed and made by a Chinese company called DJI. I had it with me because it's so small. So I had it, I was like, I wanted to see what's Doha like from hundreds of meters above. So it took me 20 minutes. I let go of the drone, and I had this amazing photo. So a point I'm trying to make here is we're looking at things in a different dimension now. While you're still trying to make your Ferraris and Lamborghinis run faster, someone else in California is already making an electric car that's way faster than any of the existing gasoline cars. While you're trying to push the limit for those electric cars, maybe, or this is actually true, someone in China is making your car fly. So I think in this fast evolving world, we're trying to see things in a different dimension where you can jump out of this 2D dimension and to look at it in a different angle, and you come to a complete different solution, and it is always disruptive. So today, I want to show you two products our company has been working on and how this technologies has been able to disrupt or at least make people change their minds about the existing industry. Briefly, background about my company. So three of us, we were originally founding this company in the Silicon Valley as we were discovering this new laser technologies. Me and a partner, we got this from Stanford University, and then we made this product out of those research results. And then we realized that using laser, we can do a lot more things than the lab could. So we decided to take this technology, and then we took it back to China and tried to commercialize it. So this is the first product we made. It actually has a lot of things to do with oil and gas. So traditionally, if you want to inspect gas pipelines or gas stations or any leaks, you have this very bulky and some way backward machine, you do that. But now we work with the best drone company in the world, and we provide the laser product on top of it. Now we put it together to a fully autonomous system. This drone, it's able to autonomously inspect gas pipelines, gas stations, to find out leaks and then return without any human intervention. And we are the first one in the world to commercialize this product. And it's a very beautiful and mature product. And this is one of the things it's being used for high-rise apartments. If you couldn't get in, my drone can tell you what's through the glass, what's happening inside the room. And this improves the efficiency by more than 50 times because simply using a drone is much faster than human labor. Also, we worked on another product that's related to the auto industry, as you probably all heard of, for the driverless car. First, maybe I should share a few reasons why driverless car now is so big. There are a couple of reasons people think it is the key factor of this boom of driverless car. First, the sensor cost has been declining like crazy from the past 10 years. A radar used to cost you about $10,000 US dollars. Now it's in the range of hundreds of dollars. Second, the emergence of artificial intelligence and those deep learning technologies allows people to interpret the results better. It allows the cars to know its problem. And also the change of paradigm because of the sharing economy. If you think now you buy a car because you want to own a car, in the future you don't have to own a car. Some other company will own this car and it will pick you up and drop you off without you having to purchase it. And that's a huge difference because now you can afford to have smarter and better cars. And last, but of course that's not least, everyone around the world is aware of it. Global legalization has very specific times for certain functions to realize. For example, in the United States, by 2022, you have to have AEB. It's automatic emergency braking. That means that even if you want to drive the car onto a wall, your car wouldn't allow you to do that. So with all those given benefits, driverless car becomes reality. But we're not making driverless cars because it's too big of a project. As you know, Google is making driverless cars, Uber is making driverless cars. We as a small company, we make a very small part of the driverless car. If you ever seen a Google car, on top of the Google car, there is something called a LiDAR. It's a laser sensor. It gives you 3D image of what's around you. Pretend you are the computer in a driverless car. What do you want to know? You wanted to know the exact position and distance and the speed of the objects and the obstacles in front of you. The image processing technologies is not good enough. That's why people rely on laser to do that. A laser can travel to the object and be bounced back, and we analyze the difference. Then we know exactly each of you and obstacles are. Actually, believe it or not, a LiDAR is the single most expensive part on a driverless car. The one on the top of a Google car, it costs more than 100,000 US dollars. And that's actually more expensive than the car. And we decided to focus on this part because it is such a crucial thing. And no more than 5 companies in the world can make commercially available LiDARs, and we're working on that. And this is actually a result, just to give you some intuition of how it works. Our product's on the bottom right, and if you look at there's a white Cadillac SUV, our LiDAR is on top of it and gives you a 3D image. And this is going to make your driverless car 100 times safer, and that's why everyone's using it. And then there's some future applications, because we're not only making essentially the eyes of a robot or any moving object, we're making the brain of it. With our devices, we see objects moving past just in the brain. That's why we're also planning to expand to different applications that essentially help the world be more automated. I wanted to conclude with this slide because now, if you still look at a conventional problem trying to make your car run faster, jump out. There's always a better disruptive technology that's going to give you this perspective that you never had before. And I believe this is opportunity of our time. Thank you.